not heard this from Hebrew Israelites. I guess you don't have a lot of experience with Hebrew Israelites.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made that claim, but no offense against you, I would like to hear them make that claim.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, they're not a monolith. Different ones are going to say different things. And so one of the most embarrassing things that happened was there's a guy named Gorilla Hebrew who's one of the big Hebrew Israelites. And so he was like, yeah, I'm going to do one of these DNA tests. And it turned out that, like, he was... And he got thrown out of his own Hebrew Israelite cult. He was like the leader of it.
That's phenomenal. Credit where credit's due, though. There have been a number of, we'll just say, organizations in the past whose leader was not what they proclaimed that they should be, and they did not get thrown out. So I'm just saying.
I mean, he took a bunch of people with him, so I mean, I think there's still he still has followers. Like, he's still.
I tried.
Bring her up and ask her. No, I don't want to bring a crazy Hebrew that just yells and screams and like rants and like
It would be different. It would be different if Brandon had cookies to share. I was gonna say, if you offer me cookies, you can come up. I'll find a way to get you up.
I'm fairly certain she would poison first because you are the white devil.
Actually, that's fun. I have had interactions in person where I'm living now with somebody saying, I don't think they said it to me specifically. No, they did.
It's kind of,
But like one person was telling somebody else all about how people with white skin are really people with red skin and how they're the devil. I was very much in the room, and it was a very intentional thing. So what would be amazing would be to turn over, is to try to find a way to force conversations between Mormon historians and Hebrew Israelite historians. And have them battle. Oh yeah, because we both believe that tribe of Israel came over to America. Exactly. Yeah, by 600 BC. That would be hysterical. And then they can argue about how it talks about it. It doesn't talk about it in the Book of Mormon. I think it's Doctrines and Covenants that references the curse of the sons of Ham. Or is it in the Book of Mormon? It's in the Book of Mormon. It definitely is. Okay, I wasn't sure what it was. It's like, I'm trying to remember because I did get into it because all the patches just made me want to learn a little bit. But once the beginning. Disclaimer, the beginning of the Book of Mormon is hard to get through because of the sheer number of times it says, and it came to pass. I kid you not, it's probably every fourth sentence at least.
Yeah, it's such bad writing.
It doesn't stay that way, but it starts that way.
Yeah.
I think the funniest joke I ever heard was when I heard Christopher Hitchens talking about and he said, obviously very tongue-in-cheek, he said, for me, the hardest book to get through was the Book of Ether.
Hey, Courtney.
That tends to happen when you shoot someone in the head. Feels good, right?
No, it does not feel good.
No, not true.
What? You just, how many people in that church? This is one guy.
Everybody is sorry.
Good morning. We have a Hebrew Israelite lady who's the true Jew, and she's got some things to say about some Christians.
To be fair, it wouldn't be uncommon for fire up if we hadn't had these conversations a million times over and over and over again. The lines are memorized, we know the doctrine, we hear you, we get it, we don't care.
It's not as much don't care as I understand what you're claiming, but there's no support for that. It's just a claim.
Yeah, and I don't care about the claim is just boring. Frankly, I don't care to hear it anymore.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 28.
Were you just on TikTok?
I had such high hopes for you.
On a live?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Gosh, someone has a very similar photo. I was like, wait a minute, you were just in okay, never mind.
Congratulations.
I was watching an Orthodox live like an hour ago, but I didn't go on there.
Yeah, because I thought you, like, seriously the same. I guess 'tis the season for pictures to be taken in front of doors, like, because everyone, you know what I mean? Like, you set up your holiday decor and you take a picture. It's like a perfect night.
Are you expecting? Yeah, pictures of your belly and the picture.
Yes, I'm 25 weeks pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
That was mighty brave of you, Chris. That was a brave.
I've been married a really long time. I know the difference between
I know it, but I'm just saying that was a very brave.
He took a step of confidence.
Or Chris knows when to gamble and when.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true. Like, I would never ask Courtney if she was expecting, because I know that I'm fairly certain that ship has sailed, right?
I'm hoping that ship has sailed. I am 3 children deep into this earth, and I am actively praying to the Lord for
natural stuff.
Yes, Lord, let it be so that my 3 children grow and prosper and become amazing people and walk in the Lord forever. And amen. Notice I said 3, Lord.
That's how I know that I was an accident, because I am a 4th.
I mean, I don't know.
I get it.
My son was born with a heart defect, and oh boy, it's a rough ride. You know what I mean? And
Through the ringer, kid.
yeah, and like he told me for the last 2 days he's been complaining about chest pain, and I called cardiology this morning, and I'm like, hey, can I send a transmission over, because he's got this monitor in his room, and it just constantly collects data from his pacemaker, and they're like, yeah, when he gets home today, send it over, and I'm just constantly like, oh my gosh, pulmonary embolism. What if you're having a heart attack? What if you're like, and I'm just all over the board. Like, it would be nice to just kind of be mom, not Dr. Mom, you know what I mean? So no, I'm okay with 3 for sure.
Do you want to talk to this Candace lady, or would you like a peaceful one?
I mean, I'm kind of like Rye, like it's old. That dog don't bark no more, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of an old subject, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, sold it, moved on. Why are we still passing around the raggedy t-shirt and pretending like it's something new and inspiring?
Fair enough.
You know, like when we say that debates are educational because you learn new things, I would like to learn new things. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been hearing all sorts of wild stories today, but yeah. I'll post the Discord at the top.
Oh, I had a comment earlier when we were discussing about how, like, all week you guys have been running into people with, like, spiritual conscience and where they're not, like, connecting with the deity of God and things of this sort. And I just wanted to add to that and say that I think it's very coincidental that every time we hear this, there's always a mention of the Bible. Occasionally there'll be like a Quran mention or a Buddha mention or something like that. But almost always you hear about the Bible. And I'm like, you're getting there. You're so close. It's unfortunate that you're talking about something you haven't quite fully read or understood yet. And it's, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. I've only ever heard like one person say that like he read the Quran and like became like how you're talking, like more like spiritual. But then so it literally always is. It's weird, right? It's like all these people come against specifically Christianity, but very few people specifically address Islam. And I think it's just because maybe they have their origins in Christianity. But it's so true. It's like, oh, so you're spiritual, but you're not like religious, but you only ever talk about the Bible. You never talk about like Hinduism or anything.
Yep. So I just posted the Discord for anybody who would like to join.
I don't have Discord, you know.
I know you don't. Wasn't talking to you, anti-Discord lady.
Well, I mean, we start all these new things, right? We did chatter, no one's there, everyone's not here. I don't know how we all have the brain capacity to continue to start these things. And I don't want to have to remember sign-ins and all that. Like, it's bad enough I have to remember doctor sign-ins because they want you to sign into all these stupid things. It's just too much.
Holy crap, how many portals are there for doctors?
Oh.
It seems like there's 97 portals.
They're like, have you signed up for the portal? I'm like, no, and there's a reason why. Okay, I'm old-fashioned. I like the face-to-face. I like you to call me. I don't want to have to read it and then go, what the heck does this mean? And still got to call you. And I'm pretty medically savvy, you know what I mean? But when you just say, oh, and I even had a doctor once who said, oh, it looks like his numbers are a little high here. And then he calls me on the phone, and I'm like, okay, what about this? And he goes, oh, wait, I think I misread it. I'm like, well, hot dog. Notice this wouldn't happen if this was portal only.
She's an extension of
Don't get me started.
whoever she's
Yeah, welcome to my monthly appointments right now.
Oh, where are you at? Are you once a month, or you?
Yeah, I'm at once a month. I'm 25 weeks, so I still have, I would say 10 weeks before, or probably 8 until I go to bi-weekly.
Is this your first, or?
Yes.
Oh, well, I went to 40 weeks with all my pregnancies, and I went over with my latter two. I went 42, 41, and 40. And the only reason I went to 40 on my first is because I was induced. Because they were like, he's big. And I'm like, okay. And they scared the crap out of me. I'm a young mom, you know.
Yeah,
and
right.
now knowing what I know about my body and how women, deal with larger
Absolutely.
I wish I would not have let me into.
Yes. I'm trying to not do anything at all. No, I don't want any medications. I don't want ibuprofen. I don't want none of it. I'm gonna do my absolute best to let my body do what it can. Now,
Lord bless you, my dear sister.
The Lord really needs to bless me because I was 110 pounds and 5 foot when I got pregnant. So I'm working with a little room here. So
I'm tall. I'm small frame, but I'm tall as well. So they say, here's what the doctor says. They say, well, mine did. They said that tall women, or women in general, have a long torso. You can have short legs, a longer torso, or long legs, shorter torso. Anyways, that you hide babies really well. And so my belly was evenly distributed. It wasn't like torpedo belly like you see in some of the shorter women. And so they were like, he's big. And my stomach was measuring, but still they're like, he's big. And
well, how big was he when he was born?
8 pounds, 13 ounces.
that's normal.
22 inches long.
That's a big.
I'm like,
8 ounces isn't big.
8
it's not
pounds,
10
or
13
8
ounces. It's
pounds
almost
is what
9
I meant.
pounds.
That's what
Yeah.
I meant.
yeah, it's almost, he was an ounce away from being a whole 9. But 10-pound babies are big babies.
Yeah, I agree.
My younger sister, who has a similar frame to me, her babies were 6 pounds. So those are tiny babies to me, because I only ever know 8-pound babies. My daughter was 8 pounds 13 ounces, 20 inches long. My son with a heart defect was 8 pounds 7 ounces, 21 inches long. I'm tall. My husband's tall. We have tall kids. So
Yeah, my husband is 6'4".
Yeah, I saw from your picture that dude is huge.
Yeah, my husband is and that was in his he was in an apprenticeship, so he was not doing his labor work. So his body was very, very calm in those months. So yeah, my husband is a very, very big guy. I'm a little nervous. It's scary.
No, you'll be fine.
But I'm having a girl, so fingers crossed.
That's
Yeah,
exciting.
I got luck there,
I think you have to wait until they start
Nate is in
kindergarten.
hell.
Yeah,
Nate
they
is
have to.
absolutely in hell right now. He's like, I come back, I leave. There's a Hebrew Israelite lady. We found out that Candace is a Hebrew Israelite.
Oh yeah, Nate, update.
Oh, well, also starts kindergarten, it's that moment the child's teacher will actually tell you what sex your child is.
Oh yeah, that's right. My child is not going to public school or private school because I can't trust anyone to raise my children.
Has Chris wielded his mod power appropriately?
Actually,
No,
yeah,
he's been-
it was a
he's
great
been-
one.
He's been benevolent.
This is why I'd make an excellent dictator, Nate, because I'm a benevolent dictator. Don't you guys all want me in charge of the government now?
There was a moment where he almost invited Candace back up here, though.
I did ask though before
He
he did.
did ask.
Such a good ruler. He asks his
Yes.
yeah.
His denizens, the denizens of the land.
Would thou like to come up?
Okay, so there's this Edness orphan wants to come up. What is that about? Do we know this person?
Some chick at the gate. Do we let her in?
Yeah, there's exactly. All right, let's take a shot. You're Edmus orphan. Okay.
Edom's orphan.
Edom's orphan. I think I know where this is going. I wasn't reading that right.
That's right.
Way to go.
Courtney was all yours.
Shalom aleichem, friend.
Remember, this only has to be better than the pregnancy topic. Hey, Edom, what's up?
Nate's so uncomfortable.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
We'll find out in a minute. How are you doing?
Wait,
What's up?
here, Nate, I'm going to make this so much more uncomfortable. Here, real quick, Edom. Wait, one
The
second.
name is Steven, by the way. Don't get distracted by the name. It's a troll.
Oh, okay.
But I am a Christian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like Chris's name is a PGR. Total
Hey,
troll.
Rye, are you going to keep the placenta?
That's a great question. I haven't decided.
Chris wants to cook something.
I don't know the benefits yet, so I haven't done enough research to know the benefits of doing anything.
You need to get with Courtney, and she's going to school you on the whole thing.
I certainly am not one of the crunchy moms that eat her placenta. I know that there are people out there that
Yeah, I'm
that
not doing that one.
That's
That one's off.
Okay, Edom, back to you. What's up, man? How you doing?
But you gotta put the placenta on the baby, man. It keeps the skin soft, is what I heard.
Do delay cord clamping for sure. That's very healthy.
I have heard that.
Yeah, that's what we did. We did that with our daughter. Delayed cord clamps.
Hang on, if you're gonna eat the placenta, like, why are you
I
stopping
gotta
at
get
the
me a
placenta?
doula.
There's all sorts of beneficial things that come out. Anyway, so Edom's orphan. How are you today, buddy?
Yeah, I'm blessed. How y'all doing?
Not too bad. What do you got for us today?
You supposed to be asking the Christian mods here, or what?
Sure. Let's see what happens. What's up?
Yeah, well, the first thing I think to ask is, are you guys Calvinists?
I am.
Whoa!
Ryan is.
Straight out the gate. That's a
Straight out the
shotgun.
gate. Me and Ryan are Calvinists.
That's a sawed-off shotgun right there.
Courtney, Nate, and myself are not.
Yes, Courtney is in good, and you in good shape. Like, Calvinism needs to be predestined to die, man.
Oh no!
I like this guy.
Yeah.
It's been preordained since the foundation of Calvinism.
You
was not
did,
dead.
Chris. Look what you did.
It's all my fault. I used my free will to bring him up here. And that's
You're
what it
free
gets
will
me.
incorrectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's up?
Actually, this is probably a part of the Lord's plan, though.
It was always gonna happen. What are you talking
Yes, all things are decreed. I do not disagree. All things are decreed. So, Edom, why is it that you dislike Calvinism? I'm not going to say hate.
Or did you have another question first?
No, that was the question, man, about Calvinism. I actually can't stomach Calvinists, especially like extreme, like 5-point Calvinists. It's just so
Calvinists.
I'm not aware.
16
I'm not aware of like.
Is there a Calvinist light? I've never heard of any other Calvinists.
Yeah.
Some people claim, oh yeah, I believe in two points of Calvinism. they'll say stuff like that. I believe in one.
I mean, I'm fairly certain if you're a Christian, you're going to believe in more than you think. It probably just has.
Fairly, I
We
can
just hash
believe
it out
in it.
differently.
Before you get
Yeah,
going on this, can you give me 90 seconds? My popcorn's almost.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Greg. Now, see, Greg's another Calvinist, so now you're surrounded by Calvinists.
Well, I think Courtney and
Is this like the Hebrew Israelites? Like when someone mentions Calvinists, like they all come in here. Are we gonna be like? Is it gonna be like rabbits?
Invited.
Remind me of all
Calvinists. I blame Calvinists for the Hebrew Israelites. How about that?
You're wrong for that. Wait, why? Wait, I gotta know why.
Calvinism, because they believe in God. There's literally Calvinism. It's literally, look, we're the Black Hebrew Israelites, and we're predestined to be righteous. Then the white people are predestined to go to hell. That's literally the idea.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but they're not like out in a certain way.
No, not out.
He's Calvinist. What's his name? Dang, Laurent.
Wrong.
Calvinist.
That's
Wrong. Yeah.
So Unitarian and a Calvinist, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. You're not like an open theist, right?
No, definitely not. No.
Wait. Let's get this out of the like. You're great right now. Let's like rule out Chris's checklist. Are you Seventh-day Adventist?
No.
Are you some sort of weird spiritist who also follows Jesus? do you play with Christian tarot cards, grave soak, or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
All right, we'll stop there. He's good.
I actually had a question for Courtney, but she's not a mod. I don't know if I can ask it or not.
You can ask whatever, man. No one cares.
She's a mod.
Yeah, no,
She's a mod.
No, but I've been seeing Courtney on YouTube on Rabbi Asher's TikTok, I think.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. We didn't ask you if you're a Hebrew Israelite.
No, I'm not.
No, it's a troll. His name is a troll. That's why he's trolling.
Just covering the bases.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I would just consider myself a semi-reformed Protestant, I guess, if you want to.
Semi-reformed, but you don't like Calvinism?
Yeah, no. It's the fact. It's the fact of.
It's like the only thing I agree with Rick Real on. Like he says he's Calvinist, but hates Calvinism culture. Like he nails it.
Yeah, I guess I can say that. Calvinism culture. That's fair. I can say that.
It would be like totally not right. She seems good. Greg seems all right. But you know what I mean, right? It's like okay, fine. Look, for academics, like look, I guess you tie up your bows nice and neat, dot the I's and cross the T's, and you know we get it. Good job. But it's like for whatever reason, the culture that comes with it, it's like there's so many people who are grumpy and like yelling and screaming and like, fine, burn in hell, demon. God wants you to burn. It's like, even if you believe that, be like, well, look, if you reject Christ, you're going to be in hell, and that's unfortunate. You're like, it is a good and righteous thing. You die and burn in hell.
Yeah, it's sick.
Hey, who let Andrew in the room?
Yeah, who let Andrew in the room? Andrew,
it's only a matter of time until someone says, well, yeah, it's only a matter of time until someone says, is it a good thing when someone gets raped? And some Calvinists is like, absolutely, praise Jesus.
Sick.
Even if in a different way, someone is
Calvinist.
Happened, I know that you're doing, that you recovered, man, and I've seen a change in you, man. That's really cool. So I'm glad you're here today. Yeah, much love, bro. I just want to say one thing. I just want to ask you this. I'm gonna shut up. What did they say? What the cause was? I'm just curious. Cancer's always kind of weird.
So in my case, it's something like the shitty genetic lottery. Like my father and his father, they both died near or around the age of 40. And for one of them, it was a basal cell carcinoma. For me, it was a squamous cell. But it's basically you just have a few spelling mistakes and a 3 billion spelling test, 3 billion letter spelling test. If you fuck up a few wrong letters in the wrong spot. And so in this case, it's like highly inheritable. But literally, I'm beating out the statistics with respect to survival for that kind of person. And it's only because of like advances in medicine since my father passed away. His father didn't even get treatment. My father did, but it didn't save him. It actually made them worse. The radiation, this is one thing to be very careful for everyone, is that with your genome, you can know, because there's already been studies of people like you, you can know to a certain degree whether you're going to react well or not to a certain kind of treatment. In my case, because I was near Chernobyl, there was a lot of data about people who were near Chernobyl as well. I was near Chernobyl as a baby. So it was like I was born in January and Chernobyl, I believe, was April. And so I was in Poland, so radioactive rain and other things, and literally just starts the clock. It's like 25 to 40 years later, you're going to get some sort of cancer that might be super terminal if you don't catch it early. But the saving grace is that something like 80 to 90% of cancers are treatable if caught early. So make sure you get, like, whether you like it or not, getting your genome sequence does help you accelerate to the front of the line for all sorts of specialized clinical trials that give you the best odds. But I will say that there were a lot of things through that experience that, I said it wasn't something that I would wish on my worst enemy, but it's also the best thing that's ever happened to me because it's made me a better person in every way. And I would never want to go back and not experience it. So, like, from the perspective of, like, what you were talking about with Jesus, that, hey, Jesus was told that he was going to be overwhelmed, and one of his disciples was like, yo, we won't fucking let that happen, bro. And he was like, no, you got it wrong. You got to let it happen. Wow. That's how we show growth, So for what it's worth, I've come to really appreciate the stories from Christianity by virtue of their focus on suffering, which is the thing that defines us strongest. And it's not a guilt trip. It's like, Christian, stop crying, gotcha. But that actually sets up a better operating system in your brain than any other theology or most other theologies, and it naturally translates to physics. So as a physicist, I'm like, yo, come on over. There's not many incompatibilities. It's just like the left hand and the right hand. You need both hands to understand the world. And so that's kind of the place of religion with respect to science. So I'll leave it there for now, but
man,
thank you.
That was amen, brother. That was like edifying. Thank you for that, bro. I super am stoked that you pulled through, and I hope you continue to do so, and that you learned like awesome lessons from that. I saw the change when I talked to you last. And
you learned that from drunk Jesus. Not your fake Jesus.
Well, drunk Jesus. We can talk about that, Loki.
Jesus was never drunk. He was a drunk God.
But just to be clear, well, this is weird, Loki, because in the other room you said you're a Christian.
I am a Christian. Why can't I have all of it?
But that's a sin. Do you think Jesus?
That's a sin. Are you sure?
Jesus did not.
The Bible
teaches drunkenness.
Jesus says otherwise.
Okay, we'll talk about it, brother. But hold on, real quick. I just want to say, when you said that the only reason you lived basically was the advances of medicine and stuff, and maybe a little Jesus too. I might say that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not even kidding. So check this. Like, some of the people that I work with and folks, like, there was a family that got a whole church to kind of pray, and like, I will say, like, when I heard that it was going to happen, and I was like, because I'm a physicist, I was like, I want to see if I feel something. So I was looking at the clock during the time of Mass, and I can't say that I didn't feel anything. Maybe it's just me psyching myself out, but I will take all of the Jesus points because I'm just happy to still be here, and that's what I do now is in medical diagnostics to make early actually very possible and very cheap. And so I'm just trying to pay it forward. Every minute is a blessing.
Thank you so much for your good morning, everybody. I'm going to go back down. I just want to say good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I so appreciate this segment of Chillism because we do go back and forth sometimes and act crazy. But at the end of the day, this is where we grow. This is where, we find out about each other and just kind of encourage one another. And I just want to say great combo. And low-key, you holding your own. Okay. But stop calling God a drunkard.
You're also a demon, bro.
He's also a recovered drunkard. That's the point. If he became a drunk, we don't hear about those years. It's like, he was experimenting with Buddhism. It's all good, bro. The sluts and hoes and pimps. It's all good. All the gangsters.
I say all that. Look, I'll say this. Look.
I wanted to jump in.
Hold on. on, Jinx. Come on. Everybody's cutting me off. Let me finish.
Oh, Jinx was talking about spiritualism. Go ahead.
Come on, let me. Jinx.
I don't have to go into. I have to go into her.
Oh, okay. We'll come back after work. You can tell us later. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Hop out the car, Jinx. Go ahead, Jacob.
Shut up.
Thank you. Like, come on.
Let me say
So
something.
you need rest to get permission to talk. That's
Go
weird.
ahead, Jacob.
Wait, what did you say, Jake?
I just wanted to tell Io that I love him so much, and I loved hearing his story. And I was very curious about his story previously, but I never wanted to ask him because I didn't want to be invasive of his life. But hearing that he beat the odds, that makes me so happy inside because obviously I see people, lose their battle every single day. And I'm just so glad that you're here. Thank the Lord. I'm very full of love for you. I am very glad that you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you, everyone, for all this stuff. Hey, Nathan, what are you doing, Nathan? Stop.
No, she was negative.
But I just appreciate, even though I argue against it, I've come to move closer to what religion talks about. Like I said, it's the right hand and the left hand. The right hand is the more dominant hand for most humans. But the left hand gives you a different perspective on the world, and literally that's down to the molecular level. That there's something like handedness down to the molecule. So at every level of analysis, there's something like that kind of dual symmetry. Even in the analysis itself, you have things that you can determine from evidence, and what I would say is apologetics. My definition is truth from logic alone. And it's weird how much of God you can construct just from starting from logic alone. And that's where Nathan and I would actually agree, because that points you in the direction of St. Aquinas.
And you know
five arguments for.
And you know what, Io? I'm going to take that as what to do now. Use logic and truth. Come on, real quick. Come on.
Well, I was hoping you'd show us how Jesus was a drop.
Yeah, I got you right now. So let me finish. So, Eva, can you move your mic, please? It's just the background. It's okay. So let me read a verse to you. And it says, you got Matthew, Mark, and Luke all saying this. I tell you, Jesus saying, I will not drink again of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. That was Matthew saying it. Mark says this. Who also was there at that table? Truly I say to you, I will not drink again of the fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new in the coming kingdom. Luke also.
It's White Wednesday. Why are we talking about this?
My freak, come on. For I tell you that from now I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes. So now, what we need to pay attention to is what Andrew said earlier. He said idioms. Idiom. What we just heard here was an idiom called fruit of the vine. Within Greek and Jewish literature, especially the book of Psalms and Proverbs, it says the fruit of a vine as a blessing referring to wine. And it is speaking of wine. We read it. So now we hear your Lord Jesus saying he will not drink again of wine, of alcoholic wine that comes from the vine. So now here, hold on, let me finish. So now he says he will not drink it again until it's new wine. This is another phrase, oh my God. So Jesus himself testifies again when he says the Son of Man has come drinking and eating. And then the Pharisees, who as made clear earlier, they had accurate observation. They said Jesus was not over 30 years old. They said Moses, that means their conscience was aware. They said Moses gave permission for divorce. So mostly everything they said to us is very accurate so far. And you admitted earlier that when they said this, two of those statements were true. He did eat and drink with tax collectors. So why would it not be true? So the question truly is, did he get drunk? I'm saying if you drink this often, you are an alcoholic. And like Io said, he gave it up. He said, I will not drink it again when the suffering began, in order to show us how to quit an addiction, in order to endure, and show us that he knew what it was to be a human. Oh, I think God is a God in heaven that knows what it is to be a human. I don't think you know the gospel.
That's like making a game and then playing the shit out of every character class so you know the world better than the characters themselves. That's what it...
Before you today as a survivor of both Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. I want to thank Congressman Massey and Connor for their role in putting together this very, very important bill. Every day of this journey toward healing has come at a profound cost to my mental health. But I am here. I chose to come because this bill really matters. I speak today not only in service of my own recovery from trauma inflicted by Maxwell and Epstein, but to honor the lives, the courage and sacrifices of Virginia Giuffre, Caroline Andriano, and others who could not continue. Their voices mattered. Their stories must not be forgotten. Accountability is what makes a society civilized. Equal opportunity and equal consequence for all. Consequences are not about punishment alone. They exist to deter future harm, to protect vulnerable, and to set a standard of justice. If Ghislaine Maxwell were pardoned, it would undermine all the sacrifices I made to testify and make mockery of mine and all survivors' suffering. That is why the Epstein Files Transparency Act is so essential. It requires the Department of Justice release all the records related to Epstein and Maxwell investigations, flight logs, immunity deals, internal communications, and even the records surrounding Epstein's detention and death. And crucially, it forbids withholding documents simply because of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity. This is about ending secrecy wherever abuse of power takes root. But transparency alone is not enough. Survivors need protection, resources, and legal support. If this Congress is serious about justice, then let this moment also affirm your commitment to provide victims with the legal aid they need to confront abusers, to navigate complex systems, and to reclaim their power. Transparency must be matched by support, or else too many victims will remain silent out of fear and lack of access. The statistics demand action. Nearly 1 in 5 women in America will experience rape or attempted rape in her lifetime. Every 74 seconds, someone is sexually assaulted. Every 9 minutes, that person is a child. These are not numbers, they are people. They are your daughters, your sons, your constituents, your friends. Statistically, 1 in 5 of your families will face this nightmare. The days of sweeping this under the rug are over. We, the survivors, say no more. I want to help create a world where survivors of sexual abuse and abuse of power can come forward safely. And I ask Congress to join me in that effort, not only by passing this bill, but by ensuring that those who step forward have legal support to face their abusers and see justice done. When Judge Berman gave Epstein survivors the chance to finally speak, the world listened. After so many years, survivors were heard. That moment was historic, and so is this moment. For me, the turning point was when I had my daughter, and on the day she was born, I knew I had a responsibility to protect her and to protect all children. I have to use my voice, the voice that had been silenced by fear and shame for so many years. Make no mistake, my polished exterior is a shield hiding a wound that still bleeds. But through this